Hey everybody, Ethan Hammond, the Pond Dude here, and today we want to go over with you guys the pros and cons of a koi pond. Alright, so as in all the videos, I'm Ethan Hammond, the Pond Dude, and we're going to tackle the cons of a koi pond first. We'll also be handling, in addition to pros and cons today, we're going to be handling a few myths that people have a little bit misconceptions of. But let's start with the cons. Cons are, there's maintenance. Just like anything you're going to install in your yard, whether it be plants, whether it be a swimming pool, whether it be a formal fountain, there's going to be some sort of maintenance to make sure that you keep that looking its best. So a koi pond doesn't have nearly as much maintenance as other things, but it is going to have some maintenance. I normally say you may be looking at 15 to 30 minutes per week of just a little upkeep to make sure everything's running smoothly on your koi pond. Still very low maintenance, but there is some. Number two, with the cons of a koi pond, they're expensive. Koi ponds can be done DIY, and they're going to cost a lot less DIY. You may spend $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 depending on the size of your koi pond. But if you have a professional like us come in and do it, you're going to be somewhere starting kind of in the $12,000 and can reach all the way up into the kind of like $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 ranges if it's a big koi pond. So cost would be the second con to having a koi pond, is there's going to be some expense to having that. All right, number three in the con category for a koi pond, algae. Algae is something that you're going to battle, and you have to know how to set up a koi pond, have it done. If you do have that done professionally, like a CEAC, like myself, a certified aquascape contractor, we can help you prepare your pond for that battle. But you're going to want to have a lot of plants in there. You're going to want to have bacteria, different things like that you can add to the pond to help battle the algae that is going to try to come. But if you do it right, you can take care of it. But it is something that you'll have to make sure you're set up for so you don't get the dreaded pea soup or string algae. All right, and number four, and the last one in our cons list today, is cleanings. Koi pond is going to need to be cleaned on a regular basis. You're going to need to have it done yearly. You're going to need to have it done in the spring. That's kind of the big cleaning that you're going to need. And then filters need to be cleaned in the fall. So you need to have a full drain and clean of that koi pond. You can do it yourself again, you can hire a professional, but it's something that needs to be done. And then you will need to clean out the filters again in the fall. So there are our four in our cons list for things about a koi pond, and let's jump over to the pros. All right, now time for the pros of a koi pond. So what also we're going to be hitting today is myths. Remember that's going to be a bonus in the end of this video. But for our first pro, first of all, they're beautiful. I mean, just check out behind me right now. Beautiful koi pond. You guys get to enjoy this as much as you like. It's in your own backyard, and it really gives your yard that statement piece. You want people to come over and say wow in your backyard. You want to be able to sit and enjoy the amazing beauty of a koi pond. That is my number one pro for a koi pond. Number two is the peacefulness of the sound of water. You really can't replicate that in nature. What you have with being able to just sit there and listen to that soothing sound of water as it's falling over. You're watching the koi. It just adds a really peaceful element to the yard. Really enjoyable. It can really add that area in your space to relax, to let the stress of work and everything kind of fall off your shoulders. We've had so many customers just come up to us afterwards and tell us, you know, it's amazing how much more time we spend together as a spouse, just sitting here listening to the water and enjoying that. It's absolutely amazing. All right, guys, so that was our number two. It adds a super peaceful element to your yard. And number three for the pros of a koi pond is you get to have the fish. There's actually a lot of people that we build a koi pond for who think, oh, I'll get the fish, but that's not going to be my favorite part. And every single time we end up coming, they're all named, and they just love feeding them out of their hand. They love training them. They love enjoying their fish. It becomes a crucial part of their day to go out there, say hi to the fish, feed them, and just get to enjoy them in general. So you get The number 3 pro would be you guys get some fin friends around the place. All right, guys, and the number 4 pro for today's video, and the last one, you gain a new hobby. It's an absolutely amazing hobby to get into, to be able to do the plants, to be able to get the fish, to be able to continue to add features like the one to my right over here with the slate stacked urn. It just becomes something super fun. I'm always in my water features, just playing around, trying something new, adding moss, finding some driftwood, and it's a ton of fun to be able to get into that hobby and to be able to do that. So the 4th one, you're gonna get that brand new hobby and then welcome yourself into the water feature world. All right, guys, and a bonus for today, we're gonna be tackling some myths. Mosquitoes. Mosquitoes are the big one. People think, oh, if I put a koi pond in my yard, I'm going to be dealing with mosquitoes, but that's incorrect. What you're really gonna have is you're gonna have moving water in that koi pond. And as long as you have a system set up with a waterfall and a skimmer, even if it's large and you do have some slower areas, you're not gonna have the mosquitoes. The mosquitoes cannot grow if there's any moving water whatsoever. So no additional mosquitoes in the backyard, nothing like that with a koi pond. You're not gonna have to deal with the mosquitoes. Myth number 2, it's gonna get algae no matter what. It's gonna be a problem. You're always gonna have to add all these different water treatments. No, that is a false myth. Just depends on the koi pond that you have, and that's why that myth is out there, because a koi pond that is built incorrectly will have all those problems. Again, we talked about in the cons, the algae side of it. Yes, a koi pond will get algae, but you can set it up right with having plants in there, with having filtration, different things like that. But you will not have to deal with algae or green water as long as you set it up there, and no laborious water treatments. We even have something called a dosing system that can be added into a pond, and you never have to add your water treatments other than like once a year, depending on the size koi pond you have. So that makes it super, super great. So no, you don't have to add water treatments all the time. And the final myth that we're gonna be tackling today is, I don't have a spot in the shade, I don't have the right size spot, I don't have enough space. There's probably a koi pond that will work for you. Work with a professional, talk with somebody, or watch our YouTube channel to figure out exactly the size, where you can put it at in your yard, how big it needs to be. But I'm sure there's a spot that can fit in your yard. Even if it's a small koi pond, we have people with small koi ponds down to like 4x6 that have done it themselves, or our smallest is an 8x11, and it can fit in a very tight little area, and you guys get to have a couple fish, have some aquatic plants, have that peaceful sound of water, and get to enjoy the aquascape lifestyle. So thank you guys so much for watching today. Today has been a fantastic video. Hopefully we answered some of your questions. If you guys have any more, please put them in the comments below. We'd love to tackle them. We also have more on our YouTube channel. Please check it out. Come out here to Grassroots Yard Supply here in Graniteville, South Carolina. Check out some of the features. Give us a call, 803-226-1002, and we'll be able to answer any of your questions that way as well. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you would like, comment, and subscribe, really helps the YouTube channel. Hopefully you guys have been either entertained, inspired, or educated on something on this channel today. But have a good one. I'm Ethan Hammond, the Pond Dude for Amen Corner Ponds. We'll catch you next time.